If you feel like Thanksgiving is going to gobble all your money, don't freak out yet. Here's what shoppers just like you consider the best and worst values for the money. Don't buy a turkey until you watch this. Walmart earns its spot as one of the best stores for a Thanksgiving turkey based largely on a deal that pairs a whole frozen butterball turkey with a variety of sides for somewhere between $30 and $40. It's a pretty good value, all things considered, and it's probably one of the cheapest turkey dinner bundles out there for a large number of people.
This feeds a family of 10 for under $4 a person. This came in at $39.42.
That's how it's advertised, but in this case, at least, shoppers found it to be true enough. One reviewer found that it was enough food for 2 meals for a family of 7. Another advantage at Walmart for shoppers not necessarily interested in the full meal deal is that the chain has a pretty deep turkey selection in general. Pending location, brands available at Walmart stores typically range from budget-friendly options like Jennie-O to pricier alternatives like Shady Brook Farms, which promotes turkey free of antibiotics. With that said, it's the meal deal that sets Walmart apart. The Members Mark Hickory Smoked Whole Turkey. That's it. That's what single-handedly makes the Thanksgiving turkey selection at Sam's Club stores stand out. This smoked turkey costs $3.48 per pound, and each bird typically weighs between 9 and 14 pounds in total. These turkeys come fully cooked, though you still want to let them thaw and then pop them in the oven before you eat them, obviously. But it's worth it to set aside the time for that. Fans have described it as tender, full of flavor, and safe from the dryness that can sometimes ruin a cooked whole turkey. One caveat. Well, 2 actually. First, the Sam's Club smoked turkey is pretty high in sodium, thanks to whatever brine mix they use for smoking it. The second is that outside of this particular product, Sam's Club's other turkey offerings aren't particularly great. So if you get there and find the Hickory smoked whole turkey out of stock, you may be out of luck finding a decent backup. But as long as those aren't deal breakers, you're going to find a lot to love about this slightly unconventional alternative to a standard Thanksgiving turkey. As one Redditor wrote, Sam's Club has a really good smoked turkey that I buy most years. It doesn't get any more straightforward than that. In the battle of turkey value at big box membership chains, Costco is plucked compared to Sam's. Year over year, the chain's Thanksgiving turkey selection has largely failed to impress customers. In the pre-made turkey department, Costco sells both a lavish $199.99 meal online and a turkey dinner kit in stores that tends to retail for between $35 and $45. Let's break them both down. The full online meal has disappointed more customers than not, with a fairly small-sized turkey option that's breast only, even at such a high price point. The in-store version, meanwhile, has been praised for its low cost and not much else. One Reddit user specifically described its turkey as subpar. This one is for the Texans in the room. H-E-B is a decidedly regional chain, and Texans in need of a Thanksgiving turkey may already be planning an H-E-B trip.
It'll add Texas flair and flavor to your holiday dinner.
Lucky for y'all, the chain ranks pretty high on its Thanksgiving turkey offerings. On top of a good selection of frozen turkeys, like many of its larger competitors, H-E-B sells Thanksgiving meals revolving around a pre-cooked turkey. Though, whereas in past years, meals could be purchased individually. In 2025, the chain switched to a system through which customers purchase each component a la carte. It's worth specifying right off the bat that Kroger is the parent company of a wide range of grocery store chains. Beyond just Kroger stores, its corporate umbrella also covers names like Ralph's, Food for Less, and Fred Meyer, among plenty of others. So Kroger's general strength as a Thanksgiving turkey supplier should typically extend to other stores owned by the Kroger Corporation. First off, Kroger delis prepare pre-cooked turkeys that can be purchased solo or included in pre-made Thanksgiving meals. Enough people buy them to suggest that they're worthwhile, although they don't usually get rave reviews. The chain's frozen turkey selection, meanwhile, includes brands like Honeysuckle White that tend to be superior to competing options at a similar price point. All in all, Kroger isn't a flashy Thanksgiving turkey supplier by any means, but its inventory reliably gets the job done. Functionally, most shoppers won't find too many differences between Kroger and Albertsons stores, the latter of which also owns multiple chains. Sure, each sells its own house brands, and individual stores may well buy from unique suppliers, But on the whole, the stores offer pretty equivalent experiences. Your butterball is going to be the same from either store, for example. But while customers online have characterized Kroger's turkey selection as reliable, Albertsons has garnered its fair share of criticism. Its pre-made Thanksgiving meals, for example, have been described as serviceable at best and lacking flavor at worst. One Redditor wrote, "I bought a Thanksgiving meal through Albertsons. Bland, a bit undercooked. So disappointing." Shoppers don't have much to say one way or another about standard frozen turkeys from Albertsons, so those are probably fine. The Trader Joe's experience can be pretty hit or miss. Since the chain is both budget-oriented and stocked predominantly with Trader Joe's exclusives, products are typically either gems at low price points or poorly made disappointments.
I would say the most meaningful thing that we do is give people the opportunity to choose their food.
In other words, it's a grocery store. But when it comes to their turkeys, customers have high praise for Trader Joe's, making the chain an uncontroversially great option for Thanksgiving dinner. Two qualities customers particularly appreciate about turkeys from Trader Joe's are that they lack additives, save for its brined turkey, which includes extra ingredients for flavor, of course, and that they're only ever sold fresh, not frozen. Options at Trader Joe's include an organic, free-range young turkey, an all-natural brine turkey, an all-natural kosher young turkey, and an herb-seasoned brined half turkey. Virtually all of these birds have earned high marks with shoppers, meaning it's pretty much impossible to go wrong. As one person said, "My family has been using TJ's turkeys for the last few years and love them. We've had them roasted and fried and never had any complaints." Publix has amassed a sort of cult following among shoppers in its area of operation across the southern United States. And fans of Publix can rest assured that the beloved grocery store chain is a solid choice for Thanksgiving turkeys. When it comes to frozen turkeys, the packaging may not be flashy, but Publix customers have highlighted the monetary value of its standard store brand young turkeys. Its pre-cooked Thanksgiving meals, meanwhile, have also earned high marks from customers. The turkey flavor really shines through, lacking any dreaded dryness, and with a tasty, albeit salt-heavy flavor, one person enthused. "The pre-cooked turkeys have been my go-to for the last couple years. All you really do is warm it up. Perfectly cooked, great flavor, takes little time." Different kinds of shoppers prioritize different qualities when picking out a Thanksgiving turkey. For some, it's all about quality, cost be damned. For others, it's really important to get the most bang for your buck. If you're part of the more reasonable group, consider a trip to Aldi, which made headlines in 2025 for a killer deal on a full Thanksgiving dinner.
Aldi is making it just a little bit easier to host Thanksgiving dinner this year.
The deal pairs a frozen butterball turkey with 20 other items. It totals around $40, with the final number depending on the turkey's weight. It's a true clash of corporations. The bundle is deliberately intended to undercut Walmart's deal, and it's generated heated discussions among frugal shoppers. Aldi has other deals besides that one, too. If you're planning to give thanks for solitude, their pre-cooked Kirkwood turkey breast tenderloins have gotten rave reviews for solo diners and small groups. Wegmans falls into the same territory as places like H-E-B and Publix, maintaining something of a cult following in and around its original upstate New York home. As positive as the chain's overall reputation may be, experiences with its turkey selections are decidedly mixed. Some people like them, sure, but enough customers have taken issue with the store's offerings to suggest they may be hit and miss. Complaints about the turkey and Wegmans pre-cooked Thanksgiving meal have ranged from a lack of flavor to an excess of salt, seeming to indicate poor quality control. One shopper even noticed a funky smell coming from a pre-cooked Wegmans turkey. Frozen turkeys, meanwhile, are supplied by the likes of Shady Brook Farms and Jandal. The latter is a company with a prestigious reputation, but some note that it produces subpar dark meat. For what it's worth, there are still those who have purchased turkey from Wegmans and described it as solid. So while it's entirely possible to procure a perfectly enjoyable turkey from a Wegmans store, it's a gamble. Hy-Vee is unique compared to most other major grocery stores due to the fact that it's an employee-owned company and maintains a commitment to customer health through dedicated gyms and nutritionists. That's part of what's made it a cult favorite in its Midwestern area of operation. Its Thanksgiving turkey options aren't necessarily as unique as the chain's way of doing business, but they're well-liked by customers all the same. Full Thanksgiving meals are something Hy-Vee customers appreciate for the reasonable prices, ample portions, and above-average food. Some sides, like the sweet potatoes and rolls, have failed to impress, but reviews are pretty much unanimously positive for the chain's pre-cooked turkey. Frozen turkeys at Hy-Vee, meanwhile, have something of a reputation for their size. One person said, "We've had the Hy-Vee dinner for 4, so we have leftovers. Lots of leftovers. 2 years running now. The turkey has been fantastic both years."
All you have to do is warm them up. They are some of the juiciest, most tender turkeys you can buy.
So Midwesterners hoping to feed a large Thanksgiving gathering might want to check Hy-Vee first. And they often run a buy a ham, get a free turkey deal. So it's pretty much the place to go if you're feeding a big crowd. Sprouts is a health-oriented grocery store chain, lacking big names like, say, Coca-Cola, in favor of comparatively smaller, natural, or organic brands. That's great, but it's not always conducive to traditions like Thanksgiving, where sometimes you just want that gummy cranberry jelly to plunk out of a can. Fortunately for Sprouts shoppers, they do pretty well when it comes to turkey and all the fixings. In the pre-made Thanksgiving meal department, customers have found a simple Sprouts pre-cooked turkey plenty satisfying, based on both its flavor and lack of dryness. Also available for smaller Thanksgiving dinners are fresh turkey breasts. Full uncooked turkeys include fresh or frozen organic. On the whole, Sprouts turkeys will likely cost a bit more than turkeys from, say, Kroger, but that price point reflects a commitment to quality. Whole Foods and Sprouts are effectively the same face of two separate coins. As large grocery store chains that expect more money for food, that isn't terrible. There are plenty of valid reasons to prefer one over the other. Whole Food stores are typically larger, whereas Sprouts stores tend to feature well-curated inventories. But when it comes to picking out turkey for Thanksgiving, Sprouts has the edge, based on a decidedly mixed reception toward Whole Foods offerings. For what it's worth, there are those who have had positive experiences with both uncooked and pre-made turkeys from Whole Foods. At least one customer, however, found that Whole Foods whole turkeys went downhill after some stores apparently switched suppliers. Meanwhile, customers have routinely described pre-cooked turkeys from Whole Foods as small, bland, and far from moist. With competing high-end chains garnering more positive feedback for quality and value-oriented stores offering better deals, Whole Foods falls into a sort of no man's land. The fresh market revolves around a boutique inventory, ensuring on one hand a high baseline level of quality. But the flip side of that approach is pricey grocery store staples that fail to justify the cost. Fortunately, Fresh Market's turkey options fall outside of that overpriced territory, boasting a level of quality on par with some of the store's standout offerings. Customers have honed in on the pre-made Thanksgiving meals in particular, with plenty of reviews saying that the chain's pre-cooked turkey floats on a higher level than anyone else's. The Fresh Market's cooked turkey breast is also an item that comes highly recommended by those who have tried it. All in all, it's going to cost a bit more, but the quality is there if you're willing to shell out the cash.